Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss and learn about the most important topic of application of derivatives, that is maxima and minima. Children, this topic has a weightage of 6 marks in board examination. Before attacking the questions of maxima and minima, let me explain you the various terminologies which we are going to learn in the questions or which we are going to face in the questions. So first it is maxima and minima value. Children, if a function is defined on a certain interval, then there will exist a point C in the function where the graph will attain a maximum or a minimum value. Let's see this by an example. Let's suppose I am having a curve like this. Now, there is a point C on the interval I where it is defined, where the function is defined. So let's suppose this is the point C lying over here and this is your function, curve of the function fx. Now children, this function, or I can say this point, is the maximum value on this curve. That means I can say this fc, this point is greater than all other points which are lying on fx. Here, if these are the points lying on the curve, then this fc, which is the point, is the maximum value over here. This contains, this fc is the maximum value. That means this fx is less than this fc. Or if I say these are the points which are again less than this point which is present here at the maximum value. So if this condition is satisfied, then we will have the maximum value over here. Now let's see, I have a curve say like this, then this is a function fx, and let's suppose this is your point C, this is your point C lying on the curve. So these are the points lying on the curve and this is the minimum value attained by the curve. So here all the values of fx are greater than fc, or simply I can say fc is less than other values lying on the curve fx. So if I find this condition, that means the curve or the function will attain the minimum value at point C, which is defined on the interval. So if I get this condition, then I will be getting a minimum value. So these are the conditions for maximum and minimum value. Let me explain you what is local maxima and local minima. Children, if I have a curve like this, that means this is a function, this is the graphic representation of a given function, then children, here we can have more than one maximum value and more than one minimum value. That means if I just study this part of the curve, then I will be getting a maximum value over here. If I am reading this part of the curve, then the maximum value is here. If I am reading this part, then I am having the maximum value here. So local maxima means if a curve has more than one maxima or one minima, then we call it as local maxima or local minima. So whenever you are dealing with local maxima and local minima, that means you will have more than one maximum and minimum value in the given function. So here we are dealing with the maximum and minimum value locally. That's why this is known as local maxima and local minima. Here I am getting only one maximum value, here I am getting only one minimum value. So I have just called it as maximum value and minimum value. But here I am having more than one maximum and minimum value. That's why these are known as local maxima and local minima value. Now the third point is absolute maxima and absolute minimum value. Now children, absolute maxima means if say function is defined like this, represented graphically like this, then absolute maxima means you just tell me the absolute, the highest value, the highest maximum, or I can say absolute means the highest maximum value. So if I see this curve, then this is your absolute maxima. That means I have different maximum values for this curve, but I need to find out the value where this curve attains the maximum value. So that is known as absolute maxima. And here you need to find out absolute minimum. That means you have minimum values over here, more than one minimum value, but then you need to find out the absolute minimum value. That means where this curve attains the minimum, that means the lowest value this curve is attaining over here. So this is known as your absolute minimum value. Now let's find out the questions based on these terminologies. Let's see this question, children. Here it is asked, find the maximum and minimum values of the given function. Now this is the function defined to me. First of all, I will be finding out the domain in which the function is defined. So here the function is this. So I can have the domain from minus infinity to infinity. That means x can take the value, any value. That means real number. I can say domain equal to real number. So it is defined on interval minus infinity to infinity. Let's now say, take the function defined as fx equals 2x minus 1 whole square. I am taking the variable part over here. Now, if this is your function, you see this 2x minus 1 whole square, whatever value this x will take, whether negative or positive, this will always remain positive. That means your fx will always be greater than or equal to 0. I can say fx will always be greater than or equal to 0. Now, if this is my function, that means 2x minus 1 whole square will always be greater or equal to 0. If I want to frame this complete function which is given to me as question, then I can add 3 on both the sides. So I will be getting it as 2x minus 1 whole square plus 3 greater or equal to 0 plus 3, which gives me 2x minus 1 whole square plus 3 greater or equal to 3. That means this is the function, that means fx is greater or equal to 3. Now children, I told you, whenever you get a graph like this and here the function, or I can say your c will be having the value greater or equal to fx, then you can have your maximum value. You can have your maximum value. So here I am getting it as fx is greater or equal to fc. This 3 is the value of your point C where it attains a maximum value. So this condition is satisfied over here. So I will say, therefore, fx function will have a maximum value equal to 3. I'm sorry children, here we are getting it as fx is greater or equal to fc, which is the condition of minimum value. If fc is greater, then we will have a maximum. If fc is less, then we will have a minimum value. So make it as a minimum value. So fx will have a minimum value at the minimum value as 3. Let's see this question, children. Here fx is given to you as this. So first of all, let's define the domain of the given function. So x can take any value, that means domain equal to real number, or I can say from minus infinity to infinity it can take the value. Now say this function is defined for this variable which is given to me as x minus 1 whole square. Now x can take any value, positive or negative. It is a square, so this term will come out to be positive, but here it is negative sign. So no matter what value we are taking, this will always be a negative value. That means your function fx will always be less or equal to 0 because it is having a negative sign. That means your function will always be a negative value. So I can write it as fx is less or equal to 0. Now if your function is defined as x minus 1 whole square, which is less or equal to 0, and if I want to make it or frame the function given question, then I can add 10 on both the sides. So it will be x square plus 10 less or equal to 0 plus 10. So I will be getting it as minus x minus 1 whole square plus 10 less or equal to 10. Now what is this? This is your given function fx, which is coming out to be less or equal to 10. And what is this 10? This 10 is actually your point where it is attaining maximum or minimum value. Now let's see whether it is attaining maximum or minimum value. Here I am getting it as fc is greater or equal to fx. I can write it as fc is greater or equal to fx, or I can frame it in this form, fx is less or equal to fc. Now let's see in the diagram. If say this fc is greater or equal to fx, then we have the condition like this. This is your point fc, which is greater than all the points lying on the fx. So this is your fc and this is your fx, and I am writing that your fc is greater or equal to fx. That means here this is the condition for maximum value. So I will write therefore maximum value will be attained by the given function as 10. That means 10 is the maximum value. 10 is the highest point of this given function. Let's take another example, children. This is given to you as fx equal to x cube plus 1. Now, if you draw the graph of x cube plus 1, then it will come out to be like this. It would be like this. That means here it is passing through 1 and it is going upwards and going downwards also. Now children, from the graph you can see that I cannot get any maximum value. I can make the value as big as I want. I can make the value as least as I want. If I put the least value over here, I will be getting the minimum value. That means I can get my I can get my minimum to minimum value as I put the value of x minimum. And if I want to make it bigger and bigger, then I can put the value of x bigger and bigger. So here you will not get any maximum value. You will not get maximum value at any point on the function, and here you will not get minimum value at any point on the function. That means here it is going on increasing and increasing and increasing up till infinity. So you are not able to find out any highest value over here. Similarly, here it is going till infinity. That means it is decreasing and decreasing and decreasing and decreasing. So you will not be able to get minimum value anywhere on the graph. So here this is the function where it will not attain maximum value, and here it will also not attain any minimum value. So here your function will not have any maximum or minimum value. That's it. Now, let's discuss this question, children. It is given fx equal to mod of sine 4x plus 3. Now, you know that sine x has the domain from greater or equal to -1, less or equal to 1. That means sine x can attain the minimum value as -1 and attain the maximum value as 1. Here it is 4x, so I will be writing it as sine 4x. Here it is 4 times of the angle, but still it will not matter for the domain, for the value of domain. It will be only -1 and 1 only. Okay. Now if I want to find out, or I want to frame the given function, then I can add 3 to these sides, adding 3 on this side and adding 3 on this side. So I will be getting this sine 4x plus 3, which is a function, is greater or equal to 3 minus 1 is 2, and here I'll get it as 4. So this is your given function which is attaining the values greater or equal to 2 and less or equal to 4. Now I can bifurcate and find out this is your fx. Actually these are the points where it attains the, these are the points where it attains the minimum and the maximum value. Now I am just finding out whether this is my maximum value or minimum value, whether this will be my minimum value or maximum value. So this is fx is greater or equal to, this is if say 2. So I am getting it here, fx is greater or equal to fc. Okay. Now if I bifurcate this, then I will be getting fx is less or equal to 4. That means your fx is less or equal to say your fc. Now you need to find out that this is your minimum or maximum value. Let's see. This is here, fc is less or equal to fx. So if I draw the graph, fc is less. That means this is your fc which is less than the fx. So here it will attain a minimum value. So minimum value will be, minimum value is 2, and here fc is greater or equal to fx. That means fc, this is your fc point which is greater than all other points lying on the curve. So here 4 will have the maximum value. So maximum value is 4.